Good morning. I wanted to come on here and talk about the day that I met Michael Jackson. I thought about that the other day and I'm like, wow, it's people that have never, ever met Michael Jackson. And I really took it for granted, that I have, but then I thought about it because I saw some people going, "Oh my God, if I can only meet Michael Jackson," and I'm like, "Wow, I met Michael Jackson when I was 16 years old." And it was a beautiful, beautiful time. I mean, it was exciting. You know, I was just mesmerized by him. I was crazy about Michael Jackson, and I always wanted to meet him. And I was uh, friends with uh, a person that my mom knew, his mom, and he had come from St. Louis because I was living in California at the time, and he liked me, and he was an older young man. Now, you gotta understand this. At the time that I was coming up, 16 years old, you mess with older guys, and it wasn't a big thing back then. Now it's a big thing. It's like, oh my God. But when I was a kid, when I was 16 years old, if you had a boyfriend and he was, 21 or whatever, or even older, it wasn't a big deal. And so this particular guy, he was 20, he was like 24. He liked me, although we never got together or anything, but I knew he was interested in me. And so he was really interested in impressing me. He was a journalist student at USC. And can you imagine? He was 24 years old and liking a 16-year-old. When I look back at that and think about that, I say, "Oh my God, what was he?" You know, but he did liked me a lot. And so he wanted to impress me. And I knew he was a journalist student at USC. And I told him, how excited I was about meeting Michael Jackson. Oh my God, I want to meet Michael Jackson. Oh my God, Michael Jackson is all I talked about. And he just sat there and listened to me. So, he came to my mom had a beauty shop. And he came to the beauty shop this one particular day coming to see me. And he said, "Do you still want to meet Michael Jackson?" And I'm like, "Yes." My eyes popped out of my head. Yes. And so he goes, "Well, I did an interview with them, and they invited me backstage to a show that they're giving, you know. Uh, and if you can come with me as long as you say that you're my wife." And I was like, "Okay." I didn't care what I said. Your wife, your sister, your auntie, mother, who cares? I just wanted to meet Michael Jackson. And so I got dressed up and everything, honey. I was, oh yes, I had it together. I wanted to meet Michael Jackson so bad. Little did I know that he was just going to let me meet Michael Jackson. Of course, nothing else, he just wanted me to, to get that out of my system, I guess. So we get to the Rich Little show. It was the Rich Little show. And it was in, I think it was in like what, 1976, something like that, 75, one or the other. And so we get there, and Michael, we go backstage and everything, and Michael and all of his brothers are there. And the only one that wasn't there was Jermaine, because at that time he had broke away from the group and he was, doing his own thing. But all of their wives were back there, which really shocked me because I was like, wow, why would there, I guess they're like, hey, we're going to be here, with our husbands. So all of their wives were there in backstage, so I got to meet all of them. I got to meet all of the brothers and see all of the brothers. But goal was to, to see Michael. And so I walked up, over there and, met Michael, and he came over and he kissed me on my cheek, you know, and he said hi, with his little voice and stuff. But this is at the time that he hadn't done any cosmetic surgeries, nothing. He was so handsome, so very handsome. Gray big old fro, just about 6'2", tall, slender. And he said, I'm so happy to meet you. And I was like, wow. I said, just jittery and everything. But, and he was taking pictures with a lot of people. It was some other fans, back there, just a few, not very many. You had to have, special invitation to get backstage. And so, because of this guy that I went with, he had that special invitation. And so his dad came up to me, but he was, I didn't realize that it was his dad, because I didn't know what his dad looked like. And so he played like he was his uncle, and he goes, yeah, I'm Michael's uncle. He said, how are you doing? And I said, I'm fine. And he goes, you like Michael? And I said, mm-hmm. And then he said, good. He said, why don't you all, come back, come out to the ranch, to play some basketball or something like that. And he told the guy that I was with, why don't you bring her out to the ranch, and we'll have some fun, playing basketball, eating or whatever. And so the guy told him, okay, and of course that never happened because the guy definitely didn't want me to be around Michael Jackson, or to, to get there to that family. And but I enjoyed meeting him. He was a beautiful soul. He had a beautiful spirit. Energy was just beautiful, you know. And the only thing I regret is I didn't take any pictures with him. I was trying to be cool, calm, and collective. Like, hey, I didn't want him to see I was so excited and everything, And I just wish I had taken some pictures, because you know, his, uh, you know, his manager was saying, "Do you want to take some pictures and stuff like that?" And I was like, "No, that's okay." Me, how silly. But that was the day I met Michael Jackson, and the reason I'm, saying something about it is because I heard somebody online, saying, on social media, just they were saying that, my God, I wish I could have met Michael Jackson. I saw stars, I mean, movie stars, that have never met Michael Jackson, and I had that great opportunity. So, I'll never forget that. I've told this story to my children and my grandchildren, and they all are like amazed, and they just love it. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed it.